Welcome, Chinook fans, to Chinook Baseball. You are now tuning into our live broadcast. This is the 24th game of the season for your Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. I'm Kevin Moore, the play-by-play broadcaster for the 2018 season. We are at Herman Brothers Field, the home of the Matsu Miners, as your Chinooks will take on the first place Miners today. Miners coming into this game with a 14-9 record on the season, and the Chinooks with the 10-13 record so far. They sit in fourth place in the ABL, and we're now taking a look at the coaches meeting up home play with the umpires. We'll get ready to start here soon. So here are your starting lineups for both teams. Lineup for the Miners leading off will be number 24, the center fielder, Kona Quibble. Batting second will be the third baseman, number 3, Tyler Vassetti. Batting third, the second baseman, number 9, Taylor Van Blake. The cleanup spot, designated hitter, number 35, Spencer Henson. Batting fifth will be the first baseman, number 19, Josh Hatcher. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 7, Danny Wright. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 14, Hunter Jump. Batting eighth, catcher, number 15, Aaron Walters. Batting ninth will be the shortstop, number 2, Drew Swift. And on the mound for the Miners will be number 26, Asa Lacey. And that's the lineup for the Miners. Lineup for your Chinooks. Number 18, Bailey Collins will lead things off. He'll be playing right field. Batting second will be the shortstop, number 5, Luke Van Dover. Batting third baseman, number 20, Jordan Wharton. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 44, Nick Kreitzer. Batting fifth will be the first baseman, number 30, Danny Dopp. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 23, J. Paul Fullerton. Batting seventh would be the left fielder, number 9, Jared Largusa. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 31, Thomas Harper. And batting ninth would be the center fielder, number 14, Anthony Forte. And on the mound for the Chinooks will be the right-handed pitcher, number 24, Jared Recklitis. And the coaches for both teams. For the Chinooks, they are led by head coach John Groth, pitching coach Chris Beck, and assistant coaches Dalton Smith and Jordan Getzman. And for the Miners, they are led by general manager Pete Christopher, assistant GM Bob Plumley. And those are coaching staff for the Miners. The umpires for today at home plate will be Scott Johnson. At first base will be Josh Nolan. And at third base, Mark Anthony Edwards. Those are the umpires for today's game. So we will have the national anthem here shortly. So just a little bit about both teams coming into this game. The Chinooks are currently on a 2-game losing streak, as they lost a tough one yesterday to the Anchorage Glacier Pilots in 10 innings, as the Pilots walked off against the Chinooks in the bottom of the 10th. The score was 5-4 in that ball game, so that was a tough loss. And before that game, they had a doubleheader against the Miners actually on Sunday, and they split with that team. They won the first game 8-7, which was a really close game, and then they lost. They lost the second. Excuse me, it was 7-6, and they lost the second game 3-1. So they split with the Miners on Sunday, lost to the Pilots yesterday. So we are looking to end this 2-game losing streak. And the Miners, they had the day off yesterday. So their last game was against the Chinooks on Sunday. So yesterday they had the day off, so they got some much needed rest. It's a beautiful day here. Temperatures touching the 80s. Here in Alaska, so a real nice day. Probably one of the best days we've had so far, temperature-wise. Can't ask for a better day of baseball. I just now looking at the Miners taking the field. So it should be a good game. This is the 5th meeting between the teams. As the Chinooks have won 2 games, and the Miners have won, the 6th meeting, as the Miners have won 4, and the Chinooks have won 2. This will be the 7th meeting we're starting. So we're getting ready for the national anthem, and then we'll be ready to start the first pitch of the ball game.
Was so proudly we had as the twilight loving, who saw bright and bright stars through the perilous sky, o'er the rampart we watched, were so gallantly free. And the rockets like a rat, from the first year, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, Jesus, that star spangled banner yet waves. For the land of the free and the home that never rains. Andrea Albert. And now, making their way out to the pitching band, please welcome Dennis Anderson. And from Classic Country, 149, Maynard DeMartin. Dennis Anderson, the Arizona Frontiersman, with a strike on a curveball. Let's see if David DeMartin can match that.
Welcome back, Chinook fans. We're now taking a look at the Miners mascot throwing out the first pitch of the game.
And a bouncing strike. And now,
Wouldn't want him to be a pitcher on my team. I'll just tell you guys that. But he got the job done, so we'll get ready to start baseball here. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in today on the live broadcast. And always, if you guys want to shout out or if you guys want us to mention anything on the broadcast, feel free to comment on our chat box. And I'll be more than welcome to read it on broadcast. So you're taking a look at the left-handed pitcher, Asa Lacey, for the Miners. Lacey comes into this game with a 1-1 record. He has a ERA of 3. This is his 5th appearance in his 4th start of the season. He has thrown 15 innings, struck out 20, walked 4, and has given up 14 hits so far. And in his last outing against the Oilers on June 26th, he went 6 innings, picking up the win, giving 1 earned run, 3 hits, and 11 strikeouts. And in that game, the Miners absolutely crushed the Oilers 17-1, as the bats were certainly on fire for the Miners against the Oilers in that game. And Lacey will look to have another dominant performance today as he's coming off an 11-strike performance as he gets ready to face this Chinook offense, which ranks 2nd in the ABL, right behind the Miners, with a team batting average of .239. The Miners are at 1st in batting average. The team average .246. So we'll get ready to start things off as the right fielder, number 18, Bailey Collins, will lead things off for the Chinooks. Collins comes into this game with a 259 batting average. And so far against the minors this season, he is 4 for 23 as he is batting 173 against the minors. So Lacey will get ready for the first pitch. And here we go. And Collins swings and misses on that fastball for strike number 1. Miners in the green tops, white pants. Chinooks in the blue tops, gray pants today. So that pitch misses outside from Lacey for ball 1 in the count. It's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and that one will miss as the count will run to 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and Collins will foul this one off to the left side. This will get into the Chinook bullpen. Lacey, who is from Kerrville, Texas, he attends Texas A&M University. He is a member of the Aggies as Collins fouls that one off again. The count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Collins from Littleton, Colorado. He attends Concordia University, Irvine, which is in California, as he gets ready for the 2-2 pitch. And Collins lays off that off speed. That misses low, and the count will run full to 3 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter for the Chinooks. And here is the 3-2 pitch. Collins hits this one to second base. The second baseman, Van Blake, will be there to take care of the first out of the inning. And with 1 out, that will bring up the shortstop, number 5, Luke Van Dover. Van Dover, who was batting 234 on the season, as him and Seth Ballinger, who are cousins, they have a news story that the Alaska News did, Channel 11. They did a story up here on them, and I'll be posting the link in the chat if you guys want to take a look at it. So Luke Van Dover and Seth Ballinger, they are cousins. They found out that they were cousins when they came up here to Alaska. So the news did a really nice story on them. So that was very interesting. And here's the 1-1, and that will miss low. As the count, that was 0-2. The count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So here's the 1-2 delivery to Van Dover, and that one will miss inside as the count will run even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and Van Dover will foul this one off as the count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 offering, and Lacey will miss inside as the count will run to 3-2. Van Dover, who has 7 hits and 17 at-bats against the minors this season, as that pitch will miss upstairs, and that will be a 1-out walk for your Chinooks as Van Dover is now on first base. And that will now bring up the third baseman, number 20, Jordan Wharton. Wharton, who comes into this game with a 289 batting average, as that pitch misses inside, and the catcher, Walters, will head out to the mound to have a word with pitcher Lacey, calm him down a little bit. Chinooks with a runner on first base in the top of the first inning of this 9-inning ball game. as they are taking on the first place Matsu Miners. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and Wharton swings and misses on that fastball for strike number 1. As the count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Wharton has just 3 hits against the Miners this season, as he swings and misses on that fastball for the second strike of the at-bat, and he finds himself down in the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 offering, and a nice curveball there from Lacey, as Wharton was not able to pull the trigger, and that is called strike number 3, and that will be the second out of the inning. So 2 outs in the top of the first, a runner on first base, and that will bring up designated hitter number 44, Nick Kreitzer. Kreitzer had a big game yesterday for the Chinooks against the Pilots, as he had a home run in that game. He also had a single as well, as that fastball misses upstairs for ball number 1. Kreitzer, who's from Westminster, Colorado. He attends Arkansas Pine Bluff University. So watching that fastball miss outside for ball number 2, and that will run the count to 2 balls and no strikes to the designated hitter. Have a lefty on lefty matchup. And that fastball just misses outside, and that will be 3 straight balls from Lacey. I'll run the count to 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the 3-0 delivery, and that fastball will catch the outside corner for strike number 1. So the count will now run to 3 balls and 1 strike. Danny Dopp, the first baseman, is on deck. If Kreitzer gets on here in the top of the first, Lacey takes a look at Vandover at first base. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that one will miss low. That will be the second walk of the inning for Lacey, and that will put Kreitzer on first base. So we have runners on first and second. And the top of the first. And that will now bring up first baseman number 30, Danny Dopp. And Dopp will watch that fastball catch the inside corner for strike number 1. Dopp, who is batting .203 on the season. He has 4 hits and 18 at-bats against the Miners this season. Dopp from South Haven, Michigan, as he hits this one to second base, as Van Blake will be there to take care of it, and that will be the final out of the top of the first. So Chinooks leave runners on first and second. So they get 2 runners on through a walk, and they have no runs, no hits. So as we head to the bottom of the first, we have a tie ball game at 0-0.
24, Coconut Wiggle.
Welcome back, Chinook fans, as we are here in the bottom of the first inning of a tie ball game, as the Matsu Miners are now up to bat, as they will face the right-hander Jared Reklitis, and number 24, Kona Quiggle, the center fielder, will lead things off. Quiggle, who comes into this game with a 302 batting average, as he swings on that first pitch, hits it to second base. Harper will be there to take care of it, and we have one pitch, one out. Bottom of the first, Reklitis, who comes into this game with a 1-1 record, 1.89 ERA. This is his sixth start of the season. He has thrown 33 in the third innings, struck out 25, walked 10, and has given up 16 hits in his last appearance on June 27th against the Oilers. He threw 7 in the third, giving up 1 earned run, 3 runs total, 4 hits and 3 walks as he gets that strike on the outside corner against the third baseman Tyler Bassetti, who has a .219 batting average on the season. He has 2 hits and 14 at-bats against the Chinooks. As Reklitis gets that fastball on the inside corner for strike number 2, and he is quickly ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Reklitis out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and he attends University of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as he gets Bassetti to foul that one off. The count will remain at no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Another foul ball there from Bassetti. So the count will stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 delivery from Reklitis. And a nice off speed as he gets Bassetti to swing and miss on that one. Fullerton throws a high one to the first baseman, Doc, but he is able to jump and take care of that for the second out of the inning. So with 2 outs, that would bring up the second baseman, number 9, Caleb Vanderblake. Vanderblake. This is his first appearance against the Chinooks this season. As Reklitis misses outside. That pitch for ball number 1. Van Blake, is from California. He attends UC Davis. He hits this one right back to Reklitis. So he gets the out at first, and that will end the inning for the Miners. So 3 up, 3 down for the Miners. As we head to the top of the second inning, we have a tie score at 0-0.
We
are back, Chinook fans, in the top of the second inning as the Chinooks are now at the bat with the tie score at 0-0 as the catcher J. Paul Fullerton steps up to the plate as he fouls this one off for the first strike of the at-bat. Fullerton, who is batting .200 on the season. He has 4 hits and 19 at-bats against the Miners. As he gets ready for the 0-1 pitch, and that fastball is on the outside corner from Lacey for a strike. And Lacey is ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Fullerton hits this one into right field. This will get down for a single. That will be the first hit of the ball game as Chinooks get the leadoff runner on here in the top of the second. And that will now bring up the left fielder, number 9, Jaron Largusa. Largusa, who is struggling as of late, has a 152 batting average so far. He has 2 hits and 15 at-bats against the Miners, so he'll look to get things going on the offensive side as the Chinooks are going to get the leadoff runner on here. And Largusa watches that pitch in for a strike number 1 from Lacey. Largusa from Las Vegas, Nevada. He attends Biola University, which is in California. And that line drive is hit right to the shortstop, Drew Swift. And he will be there to make the catch. That will be the first out of the inning. So with 1 out, that will now bring up the switch hitting second baseman, number 31, Thomas Harper. Harper swings on that first pitch, fouls it off for first strike. Harper, who has a 189 batting average on the season, he has 4 hits and 7 at-bats against the Chinooks. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Harper will watch that off speed. This inside for ball 1 as the count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1, and that fastball is swung on a miss from Harper. The count will now run to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Harper from South Carolina. He attends Savannah State University in Georgia. And that 1-2 pitch is fouled off. So yeah, one out in the top of the second. Chinooks were able to get the leadoff runner on as Fullerton is at first base. And that fastball is called strike 3 on the inside corner. Harper did not agree with that call, and that'll be the second out of the inning. And with 2 outs, that will bring up the center fielder, number 14, Anthony Forte. Forte, who is batting .231 on the season, he has 2 hits and 7 at-bats against the Miners. The Hoffman Estates, Illinois native, will look at the first pitch, and that will miss outside for ball number 1. Forte attends Richmond University in Virginia. As Lacey throws over first base, Fullerton is back safely. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that fastball will catch the outside corner for a strike, as the count will even up to 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and And that off-speed is swung on and missed from Forte as he was out in front of that pitch. As Lacey is ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Chinooks get the first hit of the game in the top of the second inning. We have a tie score at 0-0. A nice crowd here at Herman Brothers Field as fans have come to support their minors on this Monday. As that ball is misses upstairs and Fullerton is off at second. He will be in there with a stolen base. And that will put a Chinook in scoring position here with 2 outs. And the 2-2 count on the batter Forte. Lacey working from the stretch. So he gets the sign from the catcher and he comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Forte swings and misses on that off speed. And that will end the inning for the Chinooks. So they leave a runner stranded at second base as we head into the bottom of the second inning. Still have a tie ball game at 0-0. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're now in the bottom of the second inning of a tie ball game at 0-0. Chinooks with no runs on a hit. And the Miners are now up to bat as the hot-hitting Spencer Henson will lead things off. Henson watches that one miss inside for ball number 1. Henson with a .394 batting average so far on the season, which leads the ABL as he hits this one foul out of play for strike 1. Spencer has 8 hits and 14 at-bats against Chinooks, one of those hits being a home run in the doubleheader on Sunday. So Henson will lead things off for the Miners here. So he gets this one to the shortstop Vandover, and he will be there to take care of Henson for the first out of the inning, and that will bring up the first baseman, number 19, Josh Hatcher.
Okay. Your first baseman, number 19, Josh Hatcher.
And Hatcher did not go on that pitch for ball number 1. This is Hatcher's first appearance against the Chinooks. Hatcher, who attends Mississippi State University, who was a participant in the College World Series that made it to the semifinals. And he's a native of Albany, Georgia. So he's ready for the 2-0 pitch. He swings on that fastball for strike number 1. And that pitch misses outside for a ball. And Gladys will walk Hatcher on that pitch, and that will put the first runner of the game for the Miners on with a walk. And they have one on with one out, and that will now bring up the left fielder, number 7, Danny Wright. Wright, who comes into this game with a .281 batting average. He has 3 hits and 17 at-bats against the Chinooks. As Reglitis worked from the stretch, he takes a look at the runner at first and throws over. And Hatcher will slide back safely. Here's the pitch, and Wright swings and misses on that fastball for strike number 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and a nice pitch there from Reglitis as that gets in there for strike number 2. Wright quickly finds himself down in the count 0-2. Here's the 0 delivery, and Reglitis misses inside. That will be the first ball of the at bat. The count will run to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2, and Reglitis gets that fastball on the outside corner for strike number 3, and that will be the second out of the inning. Nice pitch there from Jared to get that fastball to paint the outside corner. And that will now bring up the right fielder, number 14, Hunter Jump. And Jump swings on that first pitch, pull it foul to the right side for strike number 1. So Hatcher, the runner on first base, got on via a walk. As Henson started things off as he grounded out to the shortstop Luke Vandover for the first out of the inning. And that pitch will miss low from Reglitis. Ball number 1, and the count will run to 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 will miss low. That will run the count to 2-1. And Reglitis misses high on that pitch as he runs the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 offering, and Jump hits this one. This would get out of play towards the right field line for the second strike of the at bat, and that will run the count 4 to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jump turned on the fastball, so couldn't keep that one in play as I got out of play for a foul. Here's the 3-2 pitch as Hatcher is on the move at first, and Jump will foul this one right off the hand of the first base coach. So we will run the count to 3-2 once again. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Jump will fly this one out to center field. Forte will be there camped under it, and he will make the catch for the final out of the inning. So the Miners leave a runner on first through a walk. They get no runs to come across the plate. So as we head to the top of the third inning, we have a tie score at 0s. We are back in the top of the third as the Chinooks are leading things off here as Collins, who swings through that pitch for strike number 1, will lead things off for the Chinooks. This is Collins' second at bat of the game as he swings on that pitch for strike number 2. And Lacey, the pitcher, quickly finds himself ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2, and that fastball will miss outside to run the count to no balls and 2 strikes. Collins was 0 for 1 today as he watches that off-speed bounce in for ball number 2, and that will even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch, and Collins watches that fastball on the outside corner. That will be strike 3. That will be the first out of the inning. As number 5, the shortstop, Luke Vandover, will step up to the plate. Vandover playing short today as Gregory Osuna, the everyday shortstop, gets the day off. I believe this is his first off day of the season so far. It's a much-needed off day for him as he's been playing a lot of baseball. So Coach Grote decided to give him a rest, put Vandover at short. And Vandover will watch that pitch miss low for ball number 2. And 2-0 pitch. Vandover swings and pops this one in to shallow right center as the right fielder, Hunter Jump, will be there to make the catch, and that will be the second out of the inning. And that will now bring up third baseman number 20, Jordan Wharton. Wharton, who is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. He will step up to the plate with 2 outs in the top of the third. Here's the pitch from Lacey, and Wharton swings and misses on that fastball for strike number 1. Chinooks will be in action tomorrow on July 3rd as they will take on the Pilots again. That will be at Mulcahy Stadium. That will be a 7:10 p.m. start time. Then they're off on the 4th of July, and then they will be home on July 5th against the against the Anchorage Bucks. As Wharton will swing on that fastball. That will be his second strikeout of the game. That will end the inning as we head into the bottom of the third. The Chinooks get no runners on, no hits, and we have a tie ball game. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, in the bottom of the third inning. We have a tie ball game. The Chinooks are taking on the first place Matsu Miners. As number 15, the catcher Aaron Walters will lead things off. Walters has a 203 batting average on the season. He has one hit in 11 at bats against the Chinooks as he fouled that one off. For strike number 1, this is Walters' first at bat of game. And here's the 0-1 pitch. And he will flare this one into center field. This will drop in for a hit, and that will be the first hit of the ball game for the Miners. So each team both have a hit. And the Miners are able to get the leadoff runner on in the bottom of the third inning. That will bring up the ninth hitter and shortstop number 2, Drew Swift. Swift, who has a 188 average on the season. He has 3 hits and 21 at-bats. Swift attends Arizona State University. As he shows bunt, and he bunts that one foul. Here's the 0-1. Swift shows bunt again, and he bunts at that off speed and misses for the second strike. He finds himself down 0-2. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Swift swings and misses on that off speed, and that will be the first out of the inning. That will bring up the top of the lineup as center fielder number 24, Conan Quiggle, now steps up to the plate. Quiggle, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Reclitus throws over first base as Walters gets back safely. Quiggle, who is from Phoenix, Arizona, he attended Grand Canyon University, which is in Arizona, as he hits this one to a diving shortstop. This will get past Luke Vandover into center field as Walters is on his way to third, and he will be there safe. As nice hustle there from Walters at first base as Quiggle is now at second base, so the Miners have runners in scoring position at second and third here in the bottom of the third inning. 1 out, and that will bring up third baseman number 3, Tyler Vassetti. Vassetti, who was 0 for 1 on today with a strikeout, as the infield is drawn in for the Chinooks. They'll try to stop the runner at third from scoring. As Reglitis hits that fastball in on the inside corner for strike number 1. Quiggle, the runner on second, and Walters, the runner on third for the Miners. That off speed catches the inside corner for a strike from Reglitis, as he is ahead in the count, no ball, 2 strikes on the batter Vassetti. Reglitis comes set, and here's the 0-2 pitch, and that will bounce in the dirt. Nice block from Fullerton. That'll be the first ball of the at-bat. They'll run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 offering, and Vassetti will hit this one fouling to the left side. This will get out of play, and the count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's the 1-2 pitch. And Reglitis gets that curveball on the inside corner. A nice pitch there from number 24 to get that strikeout. And that will be 2 outs as the infield will get back to normal position. And that will bring up number 9, Caleb Van Blake. Van Blake will hit this one into right field. Collins is running over, and he will out of room as that will get out of play. Strike 1. Van Blake, who is 0 for 1 on the day. As he comes up, an RBI situation, runners on second and third. Reglitis trying to get these Chinooks out of this inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That curveball will miss inside, as the count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And Van Blake swings, misses on that off speed. The count went out on the 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Reglitis is 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning, leaving runners stranded on second and third for the Miners. As he comes set and gets ready for the 1-2 offering. And Van Blake will just get a piece of that one. He fouls that one to the catcher. The count will remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Temperatures are at 77 degrees right now currently. So a hot day here in Alaska. Reglitis comes set, and here's the pitch. Another foul ball from Van Blake. He just gets a piece of that curveball. The count will run to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lightis gets ready for the pitch, and that fastball will miss inside as the count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Van Blake swings and hits this one to the first base side. This will get 2 runs in as he is on with a 2-out, 2 RBI single as the Miners take the first lead of the game at 2-0. That is the 3rd hit of the ball game. A nice at bat there by Van Blake as he was fighting and was able to get a curveball that he was able to turn on past the diving first baseman Doc. And the Miners now have a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and with 2 outs, runner on first, that will bring up designated hitter number 35, Spencer Henson. That fastball will miss upstairs from Rick Lightis for ball number 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Henson fouls this pitch back out of play. The count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And a 1-1 pitch, not off speed, will miss outside. Nice block from Fullerton. Count will run 2-1. Here's the 2-1, and Jump will hit this one in the center field. Forte will run back, and he will be there to make the catch for out number 3, but not before the Miners are able to score 2 runs on a 2 RBI single from Van Blake to give the Miners a 2-0 lead as we head into the top of the 4th, as the Chinooks will try to put some runs on the scoreboard. You are tuning into Chinook Baseball. Here we are in the top of the 4th inning as the Chinooks are trailing the Miners 2-0. Miners were able to put 2 runs on the board in the bottom of the 3rd, so the Chinooks will try to get some runs here. They will try to chip into this deficit as Nick Kreitzer, the designated hitter, will lead things off for the Chinooks. As that fastball is in there for strike number 1. Kreitzer, who walked in his first at bat. As that pitch will miss outside, count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Chinooks are trying to end a 2-game losing streak today. They lost a tough one yesterday against the Pilots in extra innings on walk-off fashion. As Kreitzer fouls that one off to the first base side, he is down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 from Lacey. A nice curveball there. That one froze Kreitzer. That will be the first out of the inning. And that will now bring up the first baseman, number 30, Danny Dopp.
First baseman, number 30, Danny Dopp.
Dopp, who was 0 for 1 today. So watch that fastball catch the outside corner for strike number 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will miss low. Run the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. That 1-1 pitch is lined to the third baseman, Bassetti, and he will be there to make the catch. And that will be out number 2 for the Chinooks. That will bring up the catcher, number 23, J. Paul Fullerton. Lacey with 6 strikeouts already in the game. He had 11 strikeouts in his last outing. As Fullerton comes up to bat, he singled in his last at bat, the only hit of the game for the Chinooks. That pitch misses inside for ball number 1. That pitch will miss low. Count will run to 2-0 on the left-handed swinging catcher from Searcy, Arkansas. And Fullerton will swing through that fastball for strike number 1. That fastball catch the outside corner. Now we're going to count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Fullerton will foul this one to the first base side. And the 2-2 offering. And nice curveball there from Lacey as Fullerton knew it. And that would be another strikeout, the 7th of the game, as the Chinooks go down 1-2-3. And to the bottom of the 4th, Miners have a 2-0 lead over the Chinooks. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Chinook Baseball. If you are just now tuning in, we are now in the bottom of the 4th inning as the Miners have a 2-0 lead over the Chinooks. Miners with 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Chinooks with no runs on 1 hit. As the Miners are now at the bat as number 19, Josh Hatcher will lead things off. against Regulitis. Hatcher, who has a walk in his first at bat. He fouls this one off the foot, and that will run the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Miners able to score 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that's the story of the ball game. And that 2-out RBI, 2 RBI single from Van Blake. As Gladys misses low, count will run to 2 balls and 1 strike. Two one, and that one is fouled out of play. The count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Mississippi State first baseman. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and Hatcher swings on that pitch. The first base dot will be there to take care of out, and that will be the first out of the inning. That will now bring up the left fielder, number 7, Danny Wright. Wright, who is 0 for 1 today. His average is now at 276 on the season. He fouls that pitch off. Strike number 1. Here's the 0-1 delivery from Regulitis. And that pitch, when that's outside, the count will run to 1 ball and 1 strike. And that 1-1 pitch, when this outside, the count will run to 2-1. Regulitis, who is pitching a good game so far, just has given up that 2 RBI single back in the bottom of the 3rd. That's his only blemish of the game so far. Chinooks need to get the bat going. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and that fastball will miss outside. And Wright will be on with a walk. That's the second walk issued by Regulitis. And with 1 out, the right fielder, number 14, Hunter Jump, now steps up to the plate. Jump, who is 0 for 1 today. His average now at 222 on the season. Here's the pitch. That fastball catches the outside corner for strike number 1. Infield playing double play death up the middle. Wharton playing even at the bag at 3rd. As Regulitis throws over to 1st. And Wright will get back safely. Another throw over to first base. And that pitch is swung on and hit off the glove of Dopp at first. This will get away from him to right field, and this will allow both runners to be safe. And they will give that a hit for Hunter Jump. That line drive hit literally off the glove of Dopp. Should have been a double play there, but we have 1 out, 2 runners on base. As catcher number 15, Aaron Walters, now comes up to the plate. That pitch is on the outside corner for strike number 1. That one is swung on and hit to Dot. He throws to second, and the tag will beat Jump, and that will be a double play for the Chinooks, and that will get them out of the inning as we end the 4th with the Miners leaving runners on first and second. Second and third. And as we head to the top of the 5th inning, Chinooks still trail 2-0. We're in the top of the 5th inning, ladies and gentlemen, at Herman Brothers Stadium, home field of the Matsu Miners. Chinooks trailing 2-0. They are now up the bat as left fielder number 9, Jaron Largusa, who struck out in his last at bat, will lead things off for the Chinooks. As Lacey starts him off with a fastball on the outside corner. Lacey, who has 7 strikeouts on the game already, 2 walks, 1 hit, and no runs. As Largusa fouls that one off for strike number 2. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and that off speed was missed low. As the count will run of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Miners with 2 runs on 4 hits. And Chinooks, no runs on just 1 hit. Goose gets ready for the 1-2. He fouls this one off. And the count will remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch is swung on to the shortstop. Swift will be there to make the throw. That will be the first out of the inning. That will now bring up the second baseman, number 31, Thomas Harper. Harper, who struck out in his last at bat, as his average is now at 184 on the season. That fastball will miss upstairs for ball number 1. Knicks need to get some things going here in the top of the 5th as they trail 2-0 with just 1 hit. Harper fouled this one off. Strike number 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Harper fouls that one off. It counts now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 from Lacey. And that off speed gets Harper to swing. He was way out in front of that. He was way out in front of that one. That will be Harper's second strikeout of the game and second out of the inning. And that will now bring up the center fielder, number 14, Anthony Forte. We have another game going on in the ABL as the Anchorage Bucks and the Anchorage Glacier Pilots are playing each other. The Bucks are leading 3-0 in the bottom of the third. Lacey hits that fastball on the outside corner. Here's the 0-1. That will miss low. The count will run even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And Forte watches that one in for strike number 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball will miss outside as the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lacey was pitching a really good game so far. Already has 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit. As Forte swings and hits this one past the diving third baseman into left field, as he will be on the 2-out single. That will be the second hit of the game for the Chinooks. As the tying run now steps up to the plate as number 18, Bailey Collins, will now come up. Collins, who is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. As his average is now at .253 on the season. Here's the first pitch. And that pitch will hit Collins, and he will trot to first base. That will put runners on first and second. Forte in scoring position at second as shortstop Luke Van Dover, who was 0 for 1 with the walk. Now be up at the bat. As we have time called as the pitching coach and the catcher are headed out to the mound, have a word with Lacey. It's a big opportunity here for the Chinooks. We are at the top of the 5th inning. They trail by 2 as they will look to put on a run or 2 in this inning. Cut the lead to 1 or tie this ball game up or take the lead. So let's see what happens here. As Van Dover, native of Little Rock, Arkansas, will be up at the bat. Van Dover, who attends Harding University, a Division II school in Arkansas. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat, and that one will miss low. For ball number 1, should Van Dover get on, that will bring up third baseman number 20, Jordan Wharton, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Collins on first and Forte on second as Van Dover fouled this one to the third base side for strike number 1. There's the 1-1 pitch. Forte hits this one to short, and Swift will be there to make the throw at second, and that will do it for the Chinooks. So the Chinooks leave 2 runners on 1 hit, and we head to the bottom of the 5th. The Chinooks still trailing 2-0.
Number 2, Rude.
Welcome back, Chinook fans. We are now at the bottom of the 5th inning as the Miners have a 2-0 lead over the Chinooks. Jared Reclitus is still on the mound as he will now face the shortstop Drew Swift as he swings on that first pitch, and this will get past Wharton at third. Swift is on his way to second base, and the throw from the left fielder will not be in time as Swift is on with a leadoff double for the Miners. And the Miners are in business here as that will bring it up to the top of the order. As the center fielder, number 24, Kona Quiggle, will step up to the plate. Quiggle today is 1 for 2 with the run scored. Here's the first pitch, and that one will miss low from Reclitus. Ball number 1. Reclitus will take a look at Swift second. That fastball will catch the outside corner for strike number 1 as the count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike to the Miners center fielder. There's the 1-1 pitch. Quiggle did not go on that off speed. The count will run to 2 balls and 1 strike. Quiggle, who has 26 hits on the season so far, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. As he watches that pitch miss low. And now we're going to count 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Reclitus. That pitch was hit to the shortstop. As this will get under the glove of Vandover. That will be an error on the Chinooks as Vandover let that ball go right under his glove. And we now have running on first and third with nobody out.
Your third baseman, number 3, Tyler Bassetti.
And that will bring up the third baseman, number 3, Tyler Bassetti. Bassetti was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So he will look to add another run on the scoreboard for the Miners. After Reclitus comes set, throws over to first base. Quiggle is there. Said he shows bunt, and looks like a squeeze was on there. So he fouls that one off for strike number 1. Miners trying to get this insurance run from third base in. Miners with 2 runners on first and third base. Bottom of the 5th inning. As Bassetti fouls that one off. The count will run to no balls and 2 strikes. Reclitus takes a look at Quiggle at first base. Quiggle might be off on this pitch as he throws it back over. Quiggle gets back safely. Miners leading here in the bottom of the 5th, 2-0. They have runner on third base and on first, nobody out. They have 5 hits on the ball game. And here's the 0-2. And Reclitus gets Bassetti to swing and miss. Big pitch there for Reclitus, as that is the first out of the inning. And that will now bring up the second baseman, Caleb Van Blake, who had a 2 RBI single in his last at bat to give the Miners the lead. He would be up in a similar situation here with the runner on third. As Reclitus throws over to first. Quigley gets back safely. Van Blake, who has 6 hits so far on the season, is batting .400. He has a home run and 3 RBIs. This ball will get past Danny Dopp at first, and this will score Swift, and this will allow Quiggle to be at third base. As Reclitus threw over to Dopp at first, he was not able to catch the ball, and that got past him. And Miners have another run on the scoreboard on that error. That is the second error made by the Chinooks. They have a 3-0 lead now with 1 out, runner on third base. This will draw the infield in. As that ball will be just foul from Van Blake. Oh, 0-1 count on the batter. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Van Blake will pop this one up. This will get out of play for the second strike of the at-bat. So the Miners have just added another run to their lead. So they now are up 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. They have a chance to add another run. The runner on third base and 1 out. As this pitch will hit Van Blake, and that will put him on first base. So I'll put runners on first and third with 1 out, and that will bring up Spencer Henson, who was 0 for 2 on the day.
Your DH number 35, Spencer Henson.
Henson leads the league in batting average as he comes up in a big spot for the Miners. As the catcher Fullerton shows some signs to his infield for first and third. Pitch from Reclitus, and that will miss upstairs for ball number 1. And we'll have a time called as Chris Beck, the pitching coach, will head out to the mound, have a word with Reclitus, and we have some action going on in the Chinook bullpen as 34 Hannes Kendrick is warming up. If Reclitus can't get this out, this might be the last batter for him in this ball game today. It looks like Hannes is warm and he is ready to come into this ball game. Just want to thank you all for tuning in to Chinook Baseball today. Chinooks will be back in action tomorrow. They will take on The Anchorage Glacier Pilots have Mulcahy at 7-10. And Spencer did, in fact, go on that pitch. So that will be the first strike of the at-bat. The count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike to the designated hitter. Henson looks at that 1-1 pitch miss low for ball number 2. He is adding the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Henson, who was also a pitcher, as he fouled that one off. And the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Henson is from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, and he attends Oral Roberts. As he will step back up to the plate with a 2-2 count. 1 out, runners on first and third for the Miners. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And this one is hit line drive right past the diving Harper, and this will get a run in for the Miners. So Henson gets a single and an RBI to increase the Miners' lead to 4-0 as he continues to swing a hot bat. And 1 out still, runners on first and third. That will now bring up number 19, Josh Hatcher, and this will, in fact, be it for Rick Lightis, as his day will be done. As Chris Beck is headed out to the mound. And we will have a new pitcher as Hannes will now take over. And we will have more on the pitcher Hannes when we come back.
We
are here in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out. The runners on first and third. As Hannes Kendrick, number 34, now takes over on the mound for Jared Ricklitis. Kendrick from Medford, Oregon. He attends Biola University. As he is making his 9th appearance of the season. He has a 1-0 record, a 2.20 ERA. He has thrown 16 in an inning. Struck out 14, walked 3, and has given up 12 hits in his last outing against the Miners on June 30th. He went 1 1/3, giving up 1 hit. as he will lead things off against number 19, as he will come in to face number 19, Josh Hatcher. Hatcher, who is 0 for 1 with the walk as he fouls this one off out of play. The count will run to no balls and 2 strikes. Just goes over to first base as Spencer dives back safely. Another throw over to first base as Spencer is out at first as Hannes picks the runner off, and that will be the second out of the inning. So that will leave a runner at third base now. The 0-2 count on the batter Hatcher. Here's the 0-2. And Hatcher will foul this one off. Spencer, the runner at first, must have not been paying attention there. As Hannes was able to pick him off. Nice move. And here's the 0-2 delivery. A fastball miss outside. Count will run to 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch will miss low. Count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hannes, teammate of left fielder Jaron Largusa. Hannes also has a younger brother, Larson Kendrick, a pitcher who will attend Viola in the fall. As Hatcher fouls this one off. So count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Miners with 4 runs on 6 hits. And the Chinooks no runs on 2 hits, 2 errors. As Hannes comes set for the 2-2. And Hatcher will foul this off to the left side. This will get towards the Chinook bullpen. Count will remain at 2-2. And that 2-2 pitch will get under the glove of Danny Dopp, the first baseman, and this will get into right field as Van Blake will score from third base. And that'll be another error for the Chinooks, the third one of this game, and that will increase the Miners' lead to 5-0. Chinooks with some mishaps here on the defense. That third error allowed another run to score. And now the Miners have a runner on first base as number 7, Danny Wright, is now at the plate. Wright today is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. And that fastball will miss on the outside corner for ball number 1. Second error of the game made from the first baseman, Doc. Hannes throws over to first. Hatcher will dive back safely. And here's the 1-0, another throw over to first. Hatcher gets back safely. No action going on in either bullpen. Here's the 1-0 as the runner Hatcher's off at first. And Fullerton will get him out by a mile. And that will end the inning here in the bottom of the 5th. So the Miners get 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th as they take a 5-0 lead as we head into the 6th inning. Your Chinooks will look to get some runs to come across the plate here at the top of the 6th. So we will be right back. You are tuning in to Chinook Baseball. We are in the top of the sixth inning as your Chinooks are trailing the Miners 5-0. As Jordan Wharton, the third baseman, will lead things off. Wharton today, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He watches that one miss outside for ball number 1. Lacey misses on that pitch. Count will run 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 offering. That fastball will get in there on the inside corner for strike number 1 as the count will run to 2-1. Here's the 2-1. That will miss inside as the count will run to 3 balls and 1 strike on third baseman from Akron, Ohio, Wharton, attends Indiana Wesleyan University. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Wharton will chase this one. Definitely ball 4. And now the count will run 4 to 3-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that one will be hit to center field. Center fielder Cook will be there to make the catch. And that'll be the first out of the inning. That will bring up the designated hitter, number 44, Nick Kreitzer. Kreitzer, who is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a strikeout. He watches that fastball in the inside corner for strike number 1. And he's late on that fastball as he hits that to the Chinook bullpen for strike 2. He quickly finds himself down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2. And Kreitzer fouls this one off. The count will remain at no ball and 2 strikes. Lacey, who is now thrown 5 in the third, has given up 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and has struck out 8 so far. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That fastball will miss upstairs. The count will run to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And that off speed will miss high. The count will even up here at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the designated hitter. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Kreitzer swings and misses on that one for the second out of the inning, and that is the 9th strikeout from Lacey. With 2 outs, that will bring up the first baseman, number 30, Danny Dopp. Dopp will swing on that first pitch, foul it back to the backstop for strike number 1. Dopp today is 0 for 2. Fullerton, the catcher, will be next should Dopp get on base, as he hits this one, a line shot right to the shortstop Swift, and that will get the Miners out of the inning. So the Chinooks go 1, 2, 3, and top of the 6th. So we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Miners with a comfortable lead at 5-0. Leading things off for the Miners, who have a 5-0 lead, is the left fielder, number 7, Danny Wright. Wright today is 0 for 1 with the walk and a strikeout as he swings on that first pitch into left center. Argusha running back, he would be there to make the catch. Out number 1. That 1 pitch, 1 out. So that will now bring up catcher number 15, Aaron Walters. Excuse me, number 14, Hunter Jump, is now up the bat. Jump today is 1 for 2. As he watches that one miss low for ball number 1. Jump hits this one to second base. Harper will be there to make the throw, and that will be the second out of the inning. So Hannes working quickly here in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs already. And that will bring up number 15, the catcher, Aaron Walters.
Aaron Walters.
Walters today is 1 for 2 with the run scored. As the left-handed hitting catcher will step up to the plate. Here's the first pitch as Hannes gets that one on the inside corner for strike number 1. Here's the 0-1 from Hannes. And Walters will foul this one off to the right side as he quickly finds himself down 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Hannes. And another foul ball from Walters as this will get back to the Miners dugout. Count will stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Hannes gets Walters to swing on that fastball for strike 3. So the Miners go up 1-2-3. And as we head to the top of the 7th, Chinooks still trail 5-0. We are in the top of the 7th inning as the Chinooks are down to their final 9 outs. So they have yet to score a run in this game as they trail 5-0 against the Miners. Leading things off will be the catcher, number 23, J. Paul Fullerton. Fullerton who is 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. As him and Forte are the only two Chinooks with hits. As he grounds out on the second base, Van Blake will be there to take care of the out. The first out of the inning. And that will bring up left fielder number 9, Jaron Largusa. That fastball will catch the outside corner for strike number 1 from Lacey. Lacey with 9 strikeouts on the day. In his last outing against the Miners, he had 11 strikeouts, so he's 2 strikeouts away from matching that total. That one misses for ball number 1. Looks like we will have a pinch hitter on deck. Looks like Gregory Osuna will pinch hit for Thomas Harper. Osuna, a native of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, one of the top hitters for the Chinooks this season. As Largusa filed this one back. Count will run to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 from Lacey. And that one is swung on and hit Swift at first. He will be there to make the out for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, top of the 7th. And now batting will be the pinch hitter, number 11, Gregory Osuna. Osuna, first pitch swinging. He misses on that fastball for strike number 1. So now in front of that off speed to quickly find himself down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Osuna fouls this off to the right side. That will get out of play. Count will remain at no balls and 2 strikes. And Osuna misses on that off speed, and that will be the 10th strikeout of the game for Lacey. And the 3rd out. So we get to the bottom of the 7th. The Chinooks go down 1, 2, 3, and they still lead 5-0. Here we are in the bottom of the seventh inning. The Miners have a 5-0 lead over your Chinooks. Leading things off will be the shortstop, number 2, Drew Swift. Swift got a leadoff double in his last at bat. That was his first hit of the ball game. As Hannes Kendrick is still on the mound for the Chinooks. And Swift will hit that one into right center. Forte dives, and he is not able to get that one. This may be a triple for Swift as he is around second, and he will stop at second with another leadoff double, second double of the game for the shortstop from Arizona State. That will bring up the top of the order. And center fielder number 24, Colin Quiggle, now step up to the plate. And that pitch will miss outside from Hannes for ball number 1. Quiggle, who was 1 for 3 on the day with 2 runs scored. As he fouled this one off out of play. The count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That fastball will miss upstairs. The count will run to 2 balls and 1 strike. Checking some other scores in the ABL as the Anchorage Bucks and Anchorage Glacier Pilots are playing. The Bucks lead 4-2 in the top of the 6th. As Quiggle fouls that one off, the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hannes takes a look at Swift at second base. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That off-speed catches the outside corner, and that will be strike number 3. That would be the first out of the inning for the Chinooks. And that will bring up the third baseman, number 3, Tyler Bassetti. Bassetti, who is 0 for 3 on the day with 3 strikeouts. Bassetti will try to get his first hit of the ball game. Hannes taking a long look at Swift at second base. Here's the first pitch. That curveball will miss inside. Ball number 1. Here's the 1-0 delivery from Hannes. That one will miss inside. We're going to count to 2 balls and no strikes. Another time is called from the batter Bassetti. The Miners with 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd and 3 in the bottom of the 5th, as they have taken a 5-0 lead. Chinooks still looking for the first run of the ball game. With only 2 hits and 3 errors. As Hannes misses inside, now we're going to count to 3 balls and no strikes. That will miss high. 4 straight pitches. Bassetti be on first base with the walk. So that'll put 2 runners on for the Miners with 1 out. As Caleb Van Blake, who has a single and 2 RBIs in this game, steps up to the plate. Van Blake swings on that pitch. This will get out of play for the first strike of the at-bat. We have a time call. The pitching coach, Chris Beck, will head out. Have a word with Hannes. We have some action going on in the bullpen for the Chinooks as left-handed pitcher Cole Whitman, he is getting warm. So this will actually be it for Hannes, as Beck will make the move and left-hander will come in with a 0-1 count and 1 out, 2 runners on. So we will have more on the new pitcher Whitman when we come back. You are tuning in to Chinook Baseball. Welcome back, Chinook fans, as we are in the bottom of the 7th inning. New pitcher on the mound. As Cole Whitman takes over for Hannes. We have a double steal as both runners are safe and runners advance to second and third now. The Miners have a chance to put 2 more runs on the board and extend their lead to 7 as the batter Van Blake is up with a 1-1 count. Infield is drawn in. This is Whitman's 8th appearance of the season As Van Blake fouls this one, this will get out of play. Whitman has an 0-1 record, a 4.26 ERA, 12 and 2/3 innings pitched, 15 strikeouts, 7 walks. That's given up 16 hits. And then his last outing on June 29th against the Oilers, he went 3 and 2/3, giving up 1 run, 4 hits, and striking out 4 for the Chinooks. Here's the 1-2. And Van Blake hits this one deep to right field. Collins will be there for the catch, and this will allow Swift to tag from third, and he will come across the plate. So that'll be another RBI for Van Blake, his third of the game. And the Miners extend the lead to 6 here with 2 outs, and the bottom of the 7th, runner on third, and that would bring up designated hitter number 35, Spencer Henson. Whitman misses low on that pitch for ball number 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Henson hits this one in the left field. Collins comes in, and he makes the diving catch, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning. So the Miners get a run to come across the plate to take a 6-0 lead, and as we head to the top of the 8th, Chinooks look to get their first run of the game as they trail 6-0. We will be back with more Chinook baseball. Welcome back, Chinook fans. Miners with a 6-0 lead over the Chinooks as we are in the top of the 8th inning. A new pitcher on the mound for the Miners as number 12, Nathan Bach, will step in. Bach, who is from Missouri. He attended Southeast Missouri. It's a 5'11", 180 right-handed pitcher who get things going against the center fielder, Anthony Forte, who has a hit on the day. Bach, who is 1-0 on the season with a 1.25 ERA. This is his 11th appearance. He has 2 saves. He has thrown 14 1/3 innings, struck out 13, walked 8, and has given up 9 hits. And in his last appearance against the Pilots on June 29th, he went 1 1/3, giving up 1 hit, 1 walk, and striking out 1. As he will get ready for the 1-1 pitch to Forte, and that one will be in there. Strike number 2, Forte did not agree with that call. Forte finds himself down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lacey's day is done. Pitched a really good game for the Miners, going 7 innings, giving up 2 hits, walking 2 and striking out 10. Forte popped this one back. This will get out of play. The count will remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 from Bach. Forte will swing and hit this one to center field. This was hit deep. Center fielder quickly is running back, and he makes a nice running catch towards the warning track for the first out of the inning. Forte hit that one a long way to deep center field, and Quiggle got on his horse, was able to make that nice catch for the first out of the inning. That will bring up the top of the order, right fielder, number 18, Baby Collins. Collins, who was 0 for 2 with a strikeout. First pitch. That one will miss inside for ball number 1. Collins, whose average is now at 253 on the season, will swing on that 1-0 pitch. Popped up right to the second baseman. And second baseman Van Blake will be there to make the second out of the inning. And with 2 outs, nobody on. I will bring up the second baseman, number 5, Luke Vandover. Vandover, who was looking for his first hit of the ball game, he has a walk. Pockets to the inside. That pitch. Here's the 1-0 delivery. And Vandover swings through that pitch for strike number 1 as the count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That pitch will miss inside for ball 2. So the count will run at 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Bach. That was a miss low. So the count will run at 3 balls and 1 strike on the second baseman from Little Rock, Arkansas. (3-1) pitch. That fastball will catch the outside corner. So the count will run forward at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chinooks bats quiet in this game as they only have 2 hits with no runs. They're down to their final 4 outs. As Vandover fouled this one out of play. Count will remain at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Vandover swings and misses on that pitch. That will be the 3rd out of the inning. So the Chinooks go down 1, 2, 3. As we head to the bottom of the eighth, the Miners with a comfortable lead at 6-0. Here we are in the bottom of the eighth inning as the Miners are now up to bat. As number 19, Josh Hatcher, will lead things off. Miners dominating in this game. They have a 6-0 lead against the Chinooks. All zeros across the board for the Chinooks as they have not yet scored a run. Cole Whitman back on the mound. He misses inside on that pitch. Even a count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that 1-1 is hit right back up the middle as we get past the diving Van Dover. As Hatcher is on with a leadoff single in the bottom of the eighth. And that will bring up the left fielder, number 7, Danny Wright.
Danny Wright.
Miners with 8 hits on the ball game now. That's Wright, who was 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Whitman misses high on that pitch. And that pitch is in there for a strike. That would even count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Whitman comes set, takes a look at the runner at first, and he'll miss outside on that pitch, run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Miners who are looking for the second win in a row against the Chinooks as they won the second game of a doubleheader back on Sunday. As Wright will hit this one to short. Osuna will be there, make the flip to Van Dover, and the throw to first will not be in time as Wright will be safe, and they get the out at second. We have 1 out with Wright on first base. That will bring up number 14, the right fielder, Hunter Jump. Jump is 1 for 3 in the ball game today. That fastball is in there for strike number 1 on the outside corner. Here's the 0-1 as Cole throws over to first base. Wright gets back safely. Whitney goes back over first. Right dives back, gets his hand in there. Right with a nice size lead there at first base. That's Whitman. Just misses on that off speed for ball number 1. Now 1 out, bottom of the 8th inning. Miners with a 6-0 lead over the Chinooks. As that pitch is fouled off, this will get out of play. So the count will run to 1-2 on the right fielder. Whitman throws back over first. Runner gets back safely. Here's the 1-2. And that one will miss low. Count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2. That pitch is swung on and missed from jump. And that will be the second out of the inning. 2 outs. That will bring up number 15, the catcher, Aaron Walters. Walters, who was 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored and a strikeout. That's his average is at 209. And Whitman takes a long look at first. As that off speed misses low and outside for ball 1. And Whitman throws over to first. As right is on at second, and he will be out at second as Whitman picks him off to end the inning for the Chinooks. And that will do it here in the bottom of the 8th. So we head into the top of the 9th. Chinooks down to their final 3 outs as the Miners have a 6-0 lead. You are tuning in to Chinook Baseball. We are back, Chinook fans. Top of the ninth inning. Chinooks down to the final 3 outs against the Miners as they trail 6-0. Have a new pitcher on the mound for the Miners. Number 10, the left-handed pitcher Kyle King will now take over to try to get these last 3 outs. King from Bakersfield, California. He attends Cal State Bakersfield, the 5'10", 160-pound left-hander who will start things off against Jordan Wharton, the third baseman. This is King's 5th appearance of the season. He has a 1-1 record, 4.26 ERA. He has thrown 6 in the third inning, struck out 4, walked 5, and has given up 4 hits. And his appearance against the Oilers on June 26th, he threw 1 inning, giving up 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. And Wharton on the day is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts as King misses low on that pitch for ball number 2. Wharton hits this one into left field. This will get down. This will be a for sure double as that ball rolls to the fence. And Wharton will be on with the leadoff double, and that will be his first hit of the game and the 3rd hit for the Chinooks. And now stepping up to the plate will be designated hitter number 44, Nick Kreitzer, who was 0 for 2 with the walk and 2 strikeouts. So Wharton is on second with the leadoff double. As King misses outside for ball number 1. There's 1-0. That fastball was in there on the outside corner for strike number 1. Here's the 1-1 from King, and Kreitzer fouls that one off to the backstop. He finds himself down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Kreitzer did not go on that pitch, as that one will miss outside as the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chinooks will be back in action tomorrow against the Glacier Pilots at Mulcahy Stadium at 7:10. Here's the 2-2. That one will miss low. And I will run the count 4 to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Danny Dopp, the first baseman, is on deck. He is 0 for 3 in this ball game. Chinooks with no runs on 3 hits and 3 errors. They will look to get their first run of the game. As that off-speed pitch is called strike 3. Kreitzer thought that was ball number 4. And he walks back, shaking his head to the dugout. That will be the first out of the inning, and that will now bring up number 30, Danny Dopp. Here's the first pitch, and Dopp swings on that one and fouls it off to the right side, so we get out to play for strike number 1. Dopp's average on the season is at 195, as he came into this game with a 203 batting average. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will miss inside to get past the catcher Walters and allow Wharton to advance to third base. Doc has a chance to get an RBI and put the first run of the game on the scoreboard for the Chinooks, as they have been held quiet here today. No runs. Take a look at the scoreboard, all zeros across that scoreboard in left, right, center. And Doc is out in front of that off speed. The second strike. But the at bats, the count runs to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That fastball will miss outside. The count will run to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Doc will swing through that pitch. And that will be another strikeout for King, back-to-back strikeouts. That'll be 2 outs at the top of the ninth, so the Chinooks are down to their final at-bat here. 2 outs as J. Paul Fullerton steps up to the plate. Fullerton with the hit in this game and a strikeout. His average is at 206 on the season. As that curveball catches the outside corner from King for strike number 1. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Another off-speed pitch is in there on the inside corner from King. And he's quickly ahead 0-2 as the Chinooks are down to their final strike here. So Wharton on third base, 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he'll miss outside. That off speed to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. The throw from the catcher gets past the pitcher. Nice backup there from the shortstop Swift. So Wharton started things off with a leadoff double. He is now standing on third base. And the batter Fullerton is down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. As King takes a deep breath, comes set, and Fullerton hits this one to second base. As Van Blake is there to make the third out, and that is the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. So the Miners shut out the Chinooks with a score of 6-0. Miners with 6 runs on 8 hits, and the Chinooks with no runs on 3 hits and 3 errors. As the Miners won their second in a row against the Chinooks. And the Chinooks dropped their third in a row as they fall to 10-14 on the season. Miners improve their first place standings at 15-9. So both teams will be in action tomorrow as the Miners will host the Bucks and the Chinooks will travel to Anchorage to take on the Glacier Pilots. So hopefully the Chinooks can end this 3-game losing streak and win tomorrow. That is your final here from Herman Brothers Stadium as the Miners defeated the Chinooks 6-0. We will be back with the post game. Welcome back, Chinook fans, as we are in the post game. As you just witnessed, the Chinooks dropped their third game in a row to the Matsu Miners. Second game in a row that they lost to the Miners. Tough loss for the Chinooks as they were shut out. The score of 6-0. The bats weren't clicking today for the Chinooks as they ran into some really good pitching for the Miners as their starting pitcher pitched a really good game today. He went 7 innings as Lacey was pretty much lights out. He threw 7 innings, giving up 2 hits, 2 walks, striking out 10. And this is coming off a game where he struck out 11. So he has been pitching really good in the last 2 games. And he was just dealing for the Miners. He was hitting his spots, getting a lot of Chinooks to swing and miss. 10 strikeouts. Can't ask for a better performance from your pitcher. Rick Lightis, who has been one of our top pitchers this season, he struggled a little bit. He gave up 2 earned runs, 5 runs total, 6 hits. Those errors really hurt a lot, especially for Rick Lightis and especially for the Chinooks baseball team back in that bottom of the 5th inning. Those errors did hurt us as Miners were able to put on 3 runs in that bottom of the 5th to take a 5-0 lead, and they got 1 more run in the bottom of the 7th, and from there they just never turned their heads. They kept going and did what they were supposed to do. Held us off the scoreboard. So Miners have been playing really good baseball as of late. They're in first place right now. Next we have to bounce back and get it together. Start playing more consistently if we want to stay in that playoff hunt. We're currently in 4th place right now in the ABL, depending on what the Pilots do today. If they lose, they will still be in 5th place. So we just got to learn from this game, put this one in the past, and get ready for tomorrow. We play the Pilots again, who beat us yesterday in extra innings. So hopefully we can get some revenge against them. So we will be back tomorrow at Mulcahy Stadium. That will be a 7:10 start time. And just want to thank you guys for tuning into this broadcast today. And I'm Kevin Moore. I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys be blessed.